You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV, Detroit Live.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Roberts Show. I'm so glad you took the time out just to tune in today. And as I always say, call a neighbor, call a friend, and let them know that the Roberts Show is on the air. I want you to go to that refrigerator. I want you to get a beverage. I want you to get a sandwich, some chips, whatever you need, because I don't want you to miss anything, and I want you to stay right in front of the TV. I have a wonderful show for you this afternoon. T. Harris is with me this afternoon. He was on one of my previous shows when we were just getting started, so he's back today, and we're going to talk with him. He's a poet, and he's done some great things, and he's going to be my guest today, and we're going to have a great time talking and getting reacquainted with one another. I want to thank all of you that came out to my choir's concert on the 18th. It was a tremendous success. It was really, really good, and I thank you for coming. It was the house was packed, and the choir did an excellent job, along with our dancers. They did an excellent job as well. So this is the Roberts Show. I want you, once again, call a neighbor and call a friend. Let them know that Robert's on the air. We'll probably open the phone lines this afternoon, so you'll get a chance to call in and maybe ask T. Harris some questions, or if you might have some questions for me or some show ideas. Whatever it is, we're going to open the phone lines a little later on. So we're going to get ready, and we're going to take a commercial break, and then we're going to come back, and T. Harris will be up here with me. And so, once again, I say, call a neighbor, call a friend. Let them know that the Roberts Show is on the air. We'll be right back.
Enjoy real time. On the Roberts Show. Discussing politics, the things that make us tick. On the Roberts. On the Roberts Show. Now welcome to the Roberts Show. Welcome to the Roberts Show. You ain't gotta go. Welcome to the Roberts Show. Welcome to the Roberts Show. The Roberts Show.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Enjoy real time.
Well, we're back. I hope you went to that refrigerator. Hope you got that beverage, that sandwich, or whatever you might need at this particular time. And I certainly hope that you did call a friend, call a neighbor to let them know that the Roberts Show is on the air. I now have sitting with me T. Harris, Terrence Harris, who is a poet here in the city of Detroit. Along with he has a T-shirt company as well. And how are you, T?
I'm wonderful, man. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. It has been a minute. It's really good to see you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. So let me know what you've been up to.
Wow. This.
Okay.
I have the CD. CD has been recorded.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and I have the first book,
Wow.
The Face of Poetry, which contains about 12 of the poems that I've written. Hardback cover, a lot of effort, a lot of time went into putting it together, but it's done.
A lot of class, a lot of quality there.
Yes.
And you do quality work, so you wanted to express you in a book the same way.
It's just an extension.
Yourself.
Yep. Everything. Yep.
Yeah.
It's just an extension of it.
So what's coming up?
Well, right now I'm in rehearsal for the Evening with T. Harris.
Okay.
2018. You know, every year I do my solo poetry reading the
Okay.
last Saturday in March. So I've been in rehearsals for that. And
Oh,
it's
okay.
been going pretty good. It'll be an awesome show.
Oh, well, that's good.
Awesome
I'm looking
production.
forward to that.
Yeah.
I missed the last one, so I'm going to
Yeah, you have, and I gave you
make
a
it
free
my-
ticket.
Yeah, I'm going
So
to
you don't have an excuse this time. You don't have an excuse.
Yeah, I got to be there. I gotta
You
show
got
up.
to be there.
I got to show my face. Got to show my face. I do understand that. I do understand that. You know, when you were on the show the last time,
Right.
I don't think we got into you. I think we mostly just got into your poetry, but we didn't get into you and your life and your family and things of that nature. So tell us a little about your family.
Well, married man. Married, my wife and I've been married for going on 5 years.
Okay.
Going on 5 years now. Born and reared on the east side of Detroit. And God has just truly just gifted me, you know, with the ability to be able to write well. And
that's good.
And I take all of those experiences, things that I've encountered, things that I've seen other people go through, and some of those things I still go through now in my life at the present moment, and I just express it all through my gift. So
Well, it's
Yeah.
truly a gift from God because
Yeah.
you're very
Yes.
talented. You're
Thank you.
very, very talented.
Thank
I
you.
love hearing you recite your poetry.
Yeah.
And you're going to do a couple of things today before
Right.
before the end of the show anyway.
Right.
So you say you're married, no children?
Well, between my wife and I, there's 7 children. Yeah, between my
Oh.
wife and I, there's 7 children.
Blended family.
Yes, blended family. And the youngest, she graduates high school next year. So we'll have a home
Are
just
you
children
that- are you that
children
old?
free. Actually, no, I'm 34.
But you got a daughter coming out of high school going into college.
Yeah, actually, my daughter, my biological daughter, she has another year, but my
Okay.
stepdaughter, she'll be coming out next
That's
year.
your daughter. That's your
Yeah,
daughter.
yeah.
That's
So,
your daughter. I don't believe in this step stuff. And
you know why I do that, though, Elder? You know why I do that? It's because the blended families are beautiful.
Oh, yes.
But one thing, for me, I don't never want the biological father to ever feel like I'm attempting to step on his toes. You know?
And I can understand
And
that,
that's why I
you know.
give him that respect. You know, no matter what the relationship is like,
Right.
that's my way of giving him that respect. Yes, I aid in helping to take care of your child, and I love her like she's my own.
Mm-hmm.
But you are the father, you know, and
Okay.
I honor that and I respect it. So,
I understand that too, but you're the father as well because she's in your home and you're helping
Yes.
to raise her. So
Yes.
so you're
Yeah.
dad too. You're
Okay.
dad too.
All right.
You're dad too. Yeah, you're dad too.
I would have to clear that up.
Yes, right. I had to clear that because you are, you are. And he's going to always be a part of her life.
Yeah,
But right
yeah.
now you're the part.
Yes.
And
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you're doing and you're nurturing and things of that nature. So you're dad too.
And it's a
That's
big
That's
responsibility.
the only way to look at that. You're
Yeah.
still dad, because you're taking care of her. You're helping to support her. So you're
Yeah,
dad.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
dad too. She's she's lucky to have two.
Yeah.
She's lucky to have
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
Especially if he loves her and cherishes her and looks after her and things of that
A
nature.
lot of us didn't have that one.
Right.
So-
Because I didn't. Not
yeah,
growing
same,
up, it
same
was,
here.
It was my mom. She did all the rearing, And when I met my dad, I was 13 years of age. And I didn't even know what to call him.
Right.
And
right.
I asked him, I said, well, what do I call you? And he told me, he says, well, you call me what the rest of my children call me. I says, no, I can't call you Big Daddy because I don't know you that well. So
Right.
to me, you're going to be Mr. Burks right now until I get to know you. And that's
Yeah.
how I had to treat that,
Yeah.
So but let's get back to the book and to your poetry and everything. You say there are 12 in this book?
Yeah, that's I believe there's about 12, and they're powerful. Actually, my wife, she tells me, she says when people read it, she said it's so much different from hearing you say it live. So
Oh, definitely.
they'll never get the full effect of it. But but one thing I do enjoy about and I thank God for this gift is that the content is appropriate for all ages.
Oh, that's good.
All
That means
races,
a lot.
all sexes. So you can leave my book with your 5-year-old, 6, 7-year-old daughter, and the content is appropriate.
Oh, well, that's good.
So
That's good.
this is poetry that I could recite inside of the church, the family barbecue, at the poetry spot, So
You got it all covered.
I got it all. I got it all,
all
covered. I got
well,
it all
that's
covered.
good. That's good. That's really
Yep.
good. So, have you been doing any performances recently?
Actually, I'm on. I put every year before I do my evening with T. Harris, I contact various churches and put myself on as like this little mini tour, where every Sunday I'm going to a different church where I recite poetry, and following that I get to promote and talk about my event, and I'm grateful for all the many pastors who've allowed me to come into to stand in their pulpits and share my gift, and that makes up the audience that I have when I do my production in March, and the audience is growing significantly.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
beautiful. That's beautiful. So, you go to church. You invite
Yeah.
yourself. In other words, you don't wait for them to invite you. You go to them and
I
then
ha-
ask. And
I
ask.
have to step
Oh,
out
that's
there.
a good way of promoting
Yeah,
yourself.
because-
you gotta learn how to promote yourself.
And the beauty in that is that you are building relationships at the same time.
Oh, most definitely,
Because
yes.
I contact a lot of churches who never allowed poets to present there before. So they have this idea of what poetry is, and there's been times where they've been a bit skeptical, but then when they hear the material, when I email it to them or send them to it in the form of a CD, they're like, wow, like we have to get this young man.
Oh, that's why I didn't
Here.
know you sent out your CDs to churches.
Oh yeah, I have to put. I'm just a big
That's
believer.
a good way, because that way they know what you're going to be saying to their
Yeah,
congregation.
yeah,
You know? And then that lets them be a little more open to you.
Because they're ultimately responsible for what their congregation
Oh,
takes
very
in.
much so.
You know,
Very much so.
And they have to protect their name because
Right.
they told the congregation, "I'm bringing this young man in to share something with you." So I have to be given that stamp of approval long before I stand before their people.
You're right.
So
you're very right.
So
on that.
yeah.
But that's really good that you do that.
Yeah.
It's really good that
Yeah.
you do that, because that opens them up to know exactly what you're going to be doing to their and presenting to the congregation.
Yes,
you know?
yes,
And that
yeah.
way, they can have faith in you that you're not going to say anything out of the way or
Exactly.
something that's inappropriate. you know?
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
really good. That's really
Exactly.
really good. So how does one go about getting in contact with you? What's your social media
Well,
information?
they can follow me on Instagram at T Harris Inspires, Facebook, T Harris. I just created the on my artist page, Poet T Harris, so they can follow me there, and always, via contact. I have a contact number set aside for people who want to reach
You don't
out
have a
to me.
website?
Well, no, we don't have the website up.
Okay.
We don't have the website up. But they can reach me, area code 313-722-5820, because I've had people reach out for me to, write poetry for loved ones and things like that. So, yeah, so they,
Okay. Okay, let's talk a little about the T-shirt business that you
All right.
that you got going.
It's coming along. Blame Detroit for everything. And I'm going to tell you what I enjoy about it. Well, actually, I just recently got my registration
Okay.
from the United States Trademark Office.
Oh, all
so
right.
as of October 13th, it was registered.
Oh,
I got
okay.
my certification in the
Oh,
mail the
that's
other day.
wonderful. That's
So
wonderful.
so I have to take care of business first.
That's right.
What I love about it is that when I'm out, my shirt it always opens up the room for dialogue.
Mm-hmm,
When people see it, they say blame Detroit for everything. What does that mean? And it creates room for me to explain it to them. And most times I start off with a joke. They say, "Well, blame Detroit for everything," and I say, "Well, that's what happens, right?" and but really, and I say that's all in jest. But I tell them, I say, "Well, there's a lot of things that we get blamed for, and some of those things we're deserving of. But then there's a lot of positive things that we
Oh,
don't
very
get the
much
same
so.
recognition for, like
Yeah.
what you got going on here with your radio program. These things,
This
are,
is TV.
I'm
This
sorry.
is
I'm
not
sorry.
radio.
I have a studio appointment following this. I'm already.
You on TV now, not the radio.
I'm an
sir.
hour ahead. Oh man, I have a studio appointment right after this. But there's a lot of positive things going on, and we don't get the same recognition
That's
for that.
true. That's
so it's
true.
just blame us for the bad, blame us for the good, blame Detroit for everything.
So you don't only have the T-shirts, you have the sweatshirts as well, right?
Yes, but the website will be opening May 23rd of 2018. So we're going to start off with the T-shirts, going into the summer. So beginning next year, we'll have the hoodies, the sweaters, and everything.
But they wear those things year round now.
Yeah, but if they want to, get the sweaters and stuff for me, they have to wait until next year. So
Oh, your inventory won't
my,
be
my,
stocked
my
up.
my inventory, no. When the inventory talk, you listen.
You better know. No, when the public talk, you listen as
Yeah,
well.
right, exactly. But I gotta take counsel with the inventory, and see.
Okay, I got
But
you.
no,
I
yeah,
got you.
but eventually, we're gonna start off with the t-shirts, but going forward, we will have the sweatshirts, the hats, and everything, So we're just, yeah.
So, is there another phone number or another dialogue for getting the T-shirts?
Well, actually, the website would be blamedetroitforeverything.com. We've already purchased the domain name through GoDaddy, so that's already secured.
Okay.
And May 23rd, you better go out, log onto the site. Actually, we'll have promotions running throughout the city, so we'll have postcard flyers we're sending out, and actually, we're setting aside money to get the logo put on one of the digital billboards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's so.
Promote yourself.
Yes. And we were
Yeah.
talking about that, about investing
Right.
in
you have
yourself.
to.
You have to.
You have to invest in yourself.
Yes,
Really
yes.
have to. So I tell you what we're going to do right now. We're going to take a commercial break.
Wonderful.
And then we're going to come back, and T. Harris is going to recite some of his poetry for us. Okay. So, like I always tell you, get on that phone, call a neighbor, call a friend. If you have not already done so, go to the refrigerator. We're taking a commercial break, folks. Go to the refrigerator and get whatever you want. So when we come back on, you won't have to move. So we'll be right back.
Sit back and enjoy real time. Discussing politics, the things that make us tick. Welcome to the Robert Show.
Welcome to the Robert Show. You ain't gotta go. Welcome to the Robert Show. Welcome to the.
Well, we're back. T. Harris and I are back. And I said I was going to open up the phone lines for anyone that would like to call in. And you can call in at 313-868-0342. Once again, that's 313-868-0342. So you can call in if you have a question for me, or you might have one for T. Harris, because he's going to recite a poem for us at this time. So take it away, T.
Okay. This one here is titled Build Me a Man. And in this particular poem, it's as if I have God speaking to the church.
Okay.
And with all of the things that the church is willing and ready to do on the Lord's behalf, what he's asking the people to do in this poem is build him a man, because there aren't enough of them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He says, I've given you my word. I've given you power. I've given you my anointing. Take that and build me a man. He says, I've given you wisdom. I've given you spiritual tools of warfare. I've given you strong hands. Take that and build me a man. He said, don't build another edifice. Detroit is full of those. Take the resources that I give you and use it to build me a man. He said, you were displaced people when I summoned you. I made myself a shelter for you to run into. And then I took you in under an unassumed name so that none of you could boast, saying that your salvation was of you. I didn't stop there. I continued. I made you into a body, and then I sent you out with the great commission in hopes that sin lose its power through the message I've given you. I've given you a power which causes the opposition to cease at your command. You are the machinist to whom I've given spiritual tools. Now take those tools and build me a man. He said, I established the church and I've seen its growth, and I continue to meet its needs, but there's work that's been left uncompleted. But for this work, a man is needed. This work requires that the church leave its place of opulence and till these rough hearts until these rough hearts are softened. Now build me a man. Satan took the image of the man and he altered it, gave him woman-like qualities and then offered it to the rulers of this world who sit in offices. Then they gave it to the masses while the man of God was off in his study, so he didn't see this affront to God. He stepped away from his studies and now he sees how the world is made being a weak man acceptable. Then he looks to the writing on the wall which reads, build me a man. See, we don't need another Abraham. We don't need another Moses. The men in this generation are confronting locked doors that only the men in this generation can open. We don't need another Peter. We don't need another Elijah. We don't need another Aaron. What they contributed during their time was needed, but this is a new day. The Lord is saying, build me a new man. See, men are built when they are rebuked. Men are built when they are corrected. Men are built when they learn how to handle responsibility responsibly. Men are built when they learn who to let in their inner circles. Men are built by the word of God being trumpeted, by the man of God whose trust is in, the Lord of hosts whose love extends to the world through us. Build me a man. And let this man be solid. Let this man be ethical. Let this man be free of blame. Let this man view adversity as a stepping stone. Let this man be courageous. Don't make me a man who's fearful. Let this man be of a single tongue. Let this man give an ear to those who are silenced because they are poor. Let this man be their mouthpiece. And after you build them, give me thanks. Why? Because you couldn't have built them without me. He said, build me a man who carries out his work faithfully. Build me a man who will acknowledge me as Lord and not some fictional character that's make-believe. Build me a man who will bask in the joy that being spiritually awakened brings. Build me a man who won't hide behind any cover-up, Maybelline. Build me a man who believes that I can undo any foul thing that was done to you. Build me a man who believes that I can bring to light any tale told that wasn't true. One who will say that our God stands on the truth, the whole truth, and he doesn't lose. We enter into his courts with our arms raised, no stick up, and yes, you are allowed to make sudden moves. And let me be that man. Experience. There ain't too much that I haven't did. Let me be that man, one who opposes wrong, a maverick. Let me be that man, one whose uniform is the armor of God. And after I attach the lid, I head out into his fields where his song brings me to my knees. Colin Kaepernick. He said, and shortly after you build him, teach him my commandments. Teach him how to discern who his friends are. Teach him how to pick and choose who he stands with. Teach him how to endure. Teach him that the race isn't given to the swiftest. Teach him how to guard the minds of those who are in his care, while all the while keeping the enemy from trying to sift his. Teach him how to call on me when in need. Teach him that people will be his source of frustration most of the time. Let this be the guy when building the man. Remind him to think for himself. Remind him that he's blessed. I put broken men into whole hands for one purpose, which is for you to just make a man out of him. Build me a man.
Wow, 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 wow. Very powerful. Very, very powerful.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I really enjoyed that. Build me a man.
Yeah.
That's powerful. Build me
yes.
a man. And we all need to be powerful in every situation and everything that we do. We need to be powerful. We need to have that whole armor on us.
Yeah.
So we can succeed at whatever we try to do. Build me a man. Wow. Love it.
And
love
everything
it,
that
love
we endure, everything that what we go through builds us.
Yes, very much.
Whether it's
so.
good, everyone around you, everything you go through is building you. You know, and that's one of my favorite.
How did you come up with it, though?
I'm gonna tell you where the inspiration came from. Me and a good friend of mine, Thomas Hardwick, we were having a conversation. We were just talking about church. And we were just in casual conversation. He said, man, if God could tell the church one thing, man. No, I said, if God could tell the church one thing, man, what do you think it'd be? And he said, build me a man. And so we laughed and joked about it. But I got home, and the inspiration came to just write it. Build me a man. Just that quick.
It's beautiful when you can get inspiration like that, you know?
Yeah.
And where you can just start writing and just let the pen do the writing.
Let the
while
pen
the
go.
thoughts are just going through.
Yeah.
Just right. Because a lot of times, you know, I'll wake up and God will start speaking. And I say, oh, my God, I wish I had wrote it down, but I didn't.
And it comes early in the morning sometimes.
Yes, very much so.
yeah,
Very much.
I've
It's been my
experienced that.
pleasure having you today.
Likewise.
Thank you so much. And don't forget his show is March the 31st of next year.
But I'll be back, though.
Oh, yeah, you'll be back. You'll be
Yeah.
back just before the show. I thank you once again for coming.
Thank you.
We need you to give out your particulars once again so
Oh, that's
people can get in touch with you.
Instagram, T. Harris Inspires. Facebook, Poet T. Harris. On my other Facebook page, Terrence Harris. Contact number 313-722-5820.
And how does one go about your book and your CD? Are they out in the stores anywhere?
Well, no, you have to contact me directly, so you can link up with me through my social media sites or contact the number that I just gave, and I'll make sure you get a copy.
Okay, so how much are the CDs?
The CDs are 10, books are 25. Get them together, it's 30.
Okay, you got that, folks. I want to thank you again for watching and for sharing with us today. We've really had a good show.
Oh,
Thank you
yeah.
so much. You see, I'm a little laid back now, you know. I'm
Right.
not nervous like I used to be. I'm getting a little hang of what I'm doing now, you know.
Right.
I don't have any producers or anybody with any cards today or anything.
It just
but
flows. Like we just talked, it just flows.
Just flowed today. So once again, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
And please remember that we'll be back on the 11th of December. No, the 10th of December will be the next show. On the 10th of December, that's the day before my birthday. So
birthday.
everybody send me a birthday card or something here to the station, you know, 160 Victor Street in Highland Park, 48203. Send me a birthday card so I'll know you're thinking about me. So until next time, you have a good afternoon and a wonderful day. And I certainly hope everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving. And I hope that you really gave thanks, because that's what it was all about, was to give thanks for what God is doing for us, through us, and what he's going to do for us. So have a wonderful afternoon, and thank you. Be blessed.
We sit back and enjoy real time. Discussing politics.